Hi everyone, it's Becky here. So welcome to another new video here on my YouTube channel. And today is my day off teaching. So I make my living by teaching kids art classes to the kids in my neighborhood 4 times a week, as well as online sketching classes to adults all over the world 4 times a week as well. So yeah, today is my day off, and I'm going to the quayside area of New Westminster, heading to my favorite cafe, the Craft Cafe. And I'm sneakily sketching the man sitting in front of me, as well as my lunch, the French toast sandwich and a cup of iced mocha. Really delicious. And the shape of the cup, I believe, is kind of like a polygonal prism with around 10 sides. And now I'm just continuing to sketch the man sitting in front of me, reading a paperback book, tracing out his facial features, just simplify all the facial features, the contour outline of his face, eyes looking down, reading his book. And I want to capture his gesture holding his cup of coffee. Yeah, this lovely moment. And I don't mind drawing the hand in a wonky way. The hand is usually in a wonky way in real life situations when people are moving all the time. Yeah, that was not bad. And then the pot of flowers in front of him, his book. So now I think I'm going to just draw the view outside the window very simply later. I want to paint my French toast sandwich by playing with Indian yellow, yellow ochre, burnt sienna, mixed with orange for the crust. Yeah, so the French toast sandwich is pretty hard to find elsewhere. Now I'm painting the first layer of the iced mocha by mostly using burnt sienna, mixing a little bit of orange into it, play with water control. So I'm capturing the frosty look of the drink through the glass. And I'm mixing permanent violet into burnt sienna to paint these shaded browns on the bottom of the cup. Now, second layer for the French toast. I'm still mixing burnt sienna with orange, but this time containing less water. As you can see, yeah, the color is richer and more intense, shading the crust. Yeah, and this cafe is super cozy, often have a lot of nice models for me to capture. The iced mocha is so good. Same for the French toast sandwich. Now I think the man is leaving. But I think I can paint from memory and using reasoning as well. So for skin tones, I'm mixing orange with permanent red and a bit of burnt sienna. The cushions also have like a very similar skin tone. So for the outside foliage, I'm playing with spring green to mix with yellow ochre, as well as burnt sienna, mixing into hooker's green for darker shades. And just painting the pocket of sky up there using diluted cerulean blue. For black shirts and outfits, anything that's black in the world, I usually like to play with different kinds of blue violet, like the man's shirt, and also other gray areas. Okay, now let's walk inside the river market. Yeah, so they have a few small restaurants, cafes, a bakery, as well as a bookstore. Yeah, so the sitting area here is really spacious. There's this handcrafted store over here with crochet, keychains, bags, and other cute thingies. And this game can be pretty addictive, for people all ages, especially girls. More vending machines and, well, handmade crochet bags. I love these keychains. Wow, the fox is especially cute. And the bear is also very adorable as well. Here's the bookstore down here, selling postcards, magnets, and local artist prints and zines. And yeah, very nice style. I think she creates using digital tablets. And I think she likes illustrating food and drinks as well by looking at that little book. There are a lot of children's books here, like Eric Carle's book, as well as bestsellers for adults. Here I am outside like a ceramic workshop, Yeah, lovely pieces. And I think that's very much it about this marketplace. And here's an art studio for young people. I can see, yeah, still life set up. There are little tables, artworks created by the kids. Okay, now I think it's time to go home. So goodbye to the world's tallest tin soldier there. And it's another day. It's a Thursday, and I have a kids art class to teach in the afternoon. So before teaching that class, after lunch, I'm spending like an hour at my neighborhood cafe, just sketching my cup of tea and a blueberry muffin. Tracing out the details on the pastry is just so therapeutic. And I can just never get tired of sketching food and drinks. Never. In a good way. Okay, so now I'm gonna sketch the girl sitting in front of me. I love her watermelon colored hoodie and her long ponytail. So I'm just sketching her hair first, and the earlobes, and then the hood of her sweater. So we call it a hoodie here in Canada, of all shirts and sweaters with a hood in the back. So as I mentioned before in these videos, if you're feeling intimidated to sketch people, just sketch back views of your models, okay? They will never notice. Now, I'm using the juicy blend of mostly permanent red and permanent rose with a tiny bit of orange mixed in there. Using pure permanent rose and permanent violet to shade. Yeah, using orange brown very intensely to shade over the yellow orange. And using pure burnt sienna for the darkest shade on the muffin, usually around the crust. Yeah, so as I mentioned before, I love using blue violet to shade white and gray stuff. And just play with water control to generate different levels of tones. Always painting a heavier tone over a lighter tone. Yeah, and I love the dark purple wrapper for the muffin. Yeah, and it feels kind of like a little purple robe. Okay, now my model, she's leaving. And it's all quiet in front of me. There's a nice dog outside, and also quickly sketch my impression of the dog beyond the door. And then using cobalt blue and cerulean blue, diluted to paint the sky, spring green, yellow ochre for the foliage, hooker's green for distant trees. And it's another day at my neighborhood cafe, and I have another model. A young guy working on his laptop computer as well as his phone, multitasking. So I just drew his little table and his cup of coffee. Now I'm drawing his the shape of the hair, and then the contour outline of the face and the ear, eyebrows, and eyes looking down, looking at his phone and sometimes at the laptop, multitasking. So most of the time when I'm sketching at cafes, I don't feel shy or intimidated because most of the time those people that you're sketching, they don't really care. They may or may not notice me sketching. And I just feel that sometimes they do notice, they just don't care. They're just too busy with their own businesses and they're not that interested in art. So very few times over my sketching experience, sketching people or strangers, very few times they do notice, but they're usually very happy seeing themselves being sketched. So don't be shy sketching people out there. Now I'm just drawing the view outside the doors, the parking lot with some trees and cars. And when I'm drawing cars, I just focus on the large contour outline of each car model and then inserting these wheels on the bottom, add windows, and that's it. And now I'm going to paint the young guy and the world surrounding him. And yeah, as usual, I'm using the peachy blend of orange with permanent red diluted with a lot of water to paint the skin. And then using blue violet to paint black or dark indigo outfits. And yeah, just painting another layer to shade the chocolate croissant. So the chocolate croissant is one of my favorite pastries at Starbucks. So orange brown and then pure brown or burnt sienna for the darkest shade, suggesting tints. And I just like to use burnt sienna to shade faces and also other skin areas. And he's still very concentrated on his task. And just using Van Dyke brown, less diluted Van Dyke brown for the grainy marks on the tabletop. Now he's leaving. And I'm going to continue to paint. Yeah, I think the grainy texture on the table is really nice. These are new tables at the cafe. And I'm using the same color, blue violet, containing less water to shade his shirt, suggesting wrinkles and folds, leaving some parts untouched for the bulging areas on the shirt, not shaded. And yeah, you have to be really bold and brave shading your subjects. And I would say tonal transition is more important than using a lot of colors, having color transitions. And now I'm trying to intensify the greens outside the windows. And I love painting the large shadow on the tiled ground using blue violet. So for all shadows in the world, it's never like an absolute flat silhouette. The shadow could be partially heavier and partially lighter in tone. So I'm playing with water control, following my observation, making certain areas lighter or darker in tone of blue violet, and shading the door frames. Yeah, and that's very much it. And it's a Friday evening, and I'm at Falls Creek Science World area looking at Science World being decorated into a soccer ball, ready for some World Cup soccer games taking place over there in the stadium. And right now, and in the next 6 weeks, when I have a lot of visitors of soccer fans from all over the world coming to Vancouver for the games. So here I am at Drink and Draw with my fellow urban sketchers, getting ready for tomorrow's workshops and classes on Granville Island. So the Vancouver Urban Sketchers group was founded by Sigrid Albert, and she's a college art teacher. So I joined Vancouver Urban Sketchers around 14 years ago when it was first founded by Sigrid, when I first started keeping sketchbooks. So now I'm just casually sketching some fellow urban sketchers sitting in front of me. The music was actually very, very loud and distracting here at the restaurant. Here's a look of my finished sketch of the Drink and Draw event. And the next morning, I'm taking an Uber taxi to Granville Island because I live pretty far from here. And public transit takes about 2 hours from home to here. So I'm teaching a 3-hour workshop here on Granville Island inside the marketplace, outside the bookstore. And I had 15 lovely participants of all ages joining this workshop, from age 25 to about age 80. Yeah, so most of the time I was busy teaching, so I only got a few minutes to film the participants and my teaching process in front of me. So we're sketching this lovely bookstore with this large wreath wrapping around the doorway and the bookshelves and people sitting around. And it was really nice to have 3 gentlemen joining my workshop out of 15 participants. Is a nice number because for my online sketching classes, almost all of my participants are ladies. And yeah, so we're just walking around, really curious about the different styles the participants are creating in their sketchbooks, talking about their process and challenges. And it's really wonderful to see how these participants are simplifying the complicated urban structure of the accordion shape of the walls and also the wreaths. Yeah, she's very happy here, and well, I think all of them are pretty proud to show their sketches. She sketched a cup of coffee with me, and she even sketched me. And yeah, these people are pretty talented. Nobody's falling behind or getting lost. And this is one of the three gentlemen here, and I remember his name is Scott. Very beautiful job. Look at all the details that he captured. And just walking around, I also have some followers from social media. I think this is Eva here, Eva's work. And she follows me on YouTube. I also had Nico here in the green shirt. She's one of my students from the online classes. And this girl here, she's just using a brush pen to capture a very small aspect of the wreath. And yeah, everyone's doing great. So in the end, we had everyone gathering together at my big table, and I just did a very gentle critique of everyone's sketches. Wow, I think everybody did like a fabulous job. And for lunch, I grabbed German-style pierogies with sauerkraut and sausage. And then later on in the afternoon, we have more workshops. This is the famous sneaky artist, Nishan. And yeah, that's my bookstore sketch earlier today in the workshop. And I'm sketching Opus Art Supply's little yellow building with these participants in Nishan's workshop. And then I move on to observe another workshop hosted by Maria, the founder of Art Toolkit mini palettes. And I just captured two urban sketchers and the water and building view in front of me of Falls Creek. Lots of boats. Here's Maria, the founder of Art Toolkit, and her demonstrations. And this was a really happy and fulfilling day on Granville Island. So I will see you very soon in the next vlog video featuring more sketchy adventures outside and also in my own home. So have a great weekend, everyone. Have a lovely day or night.